All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius out here at the range today with the Kimber CDS9 Classic, okay? Now, I wanted to use this video to address a few things that some folks had said in the comment section. I'm not totally sure why they said it because, again, sometimes you get this, YouTube operator, internet operator situation going on. A lot of times people will speak out of ignorance. I mean, we've all done it. But this, like, literally today was the release date of this firearm. Like, they told me so many times not to say a word about this, any pictures leaked or anything. So I know for a fact there was no information available, not online. I looked a lot. It was not released at SHOT Show or anything like that. So there was no information available about this firearm, okay, prior to my video going up. But within rather short fashion, this what lets me know that people don't watch the video, okay? People started to say, oh, well, basically the difference, but no, basically I went over every single difference there was between this one and the original CDS9, including the MSRPs, the heights, the weights, the lengths, I mean, literally everything, okay? And I went through what all the differences were, but I had two people, not one, but two, and they, said it like this. They said, the only real difference is there's no light rail and the lower is polymer versus the aluminum on the original. That's not true. This is not a polymer lower. This is an aluminum lower. They didn't change any of that. Again, they didn't change the internals. They didn't change the finish. It's still the Kim Pro 2. It is an aluminum grip module, or lower, if you will. The only thing is it has the nylon grip inserts here, and it has a nylon mainspring housing here with a little texturing on the back, but the frame overall is aluminum, and the slide is the same as the original, just a different color combination, of course. And then the different serrations on the gun, the different, like I said, grip panels here. It does not have a light rail. And so, no, it is not polymer. The lower on this gun is not polymer. It is aluminum, okay? So, with that out of the way, just want to invite you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. As always, pick up the Word. That's what I'm going to start saying every time. Pick up the Word of God. Be bold enough. You've read books that you believe not to be true before, I'm sure. We've all read what we know are fairy tales, okay? And there's a lot of people that says it's a fairy tale, what I believe is a fairy tale. Well, if you believe that, that's fine. I mean, it's your prerogative. You have a free will. But pick up a King James Bible, humbly ask God to reveal himself, and read a book that you don't believe is true, but do it with an open heart, open mind, and humbly ask God to show himself to you. And I believe with every fiber of my being that he will, okay? Take care of it. Make sure that today is the day of salvation. Also, go over and consider supporting Amanda on Patreon, $5, $10, $20 a month. I do upload everything over there in the off season with work. Later in the fall, we plan to try to maybe put some blooper videos, some exclusive stuff, if you will. Also, you can go to our website at gsquaredtactical.com, pick up some gear, hats, shirts, coasters, cups, things like that. But also, you can go to the left-hand corner, click on the three lines. A screen will pop down at the bottom that says support the channel. You can click on that. You will have to pick a tier. There is a pre-inserted amount in there. You can wipe that out and put in there what you want to make. We get the most of that, like 97%. Okay, we get like 94 of what you donate through Patreon. And you can also do super thanks, but we get like 40% of that. But all of it is appreciated. And if you can't do any of that, make sure you watch the video in its entirety, and also make sure to subscribe. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to up the grain weight. What do you mean? Okay, well, I'm going to start out with 100 grain. That's right, I said it. 100 grain reduced recoil from Blazer Brass here. So 100 grain. I'm going to shoot that, and then I'm going to shoot 124 grain, again, still Blazer Brass. I'm sorry, 115. And then I'm going to put a magazine of 124 and then a magazine of my defensive ammunition, which happens to be 147 grain jacketed hollow point, okay? So I'm going to start out with the 100 here. And because, naturally some folks had said that it was, it seemed to be super snappy. I mean, it is a small gun. Try to keep that in mind. And we're going to see you know, what most people are shooting at the range, which is 115 or 124. Just how much more snappy is it? How much more snappy would it be with your defensive ammunition in there? Also, I mounted the Fox Fox Army FXV22 Pro. This is a green dot. My wife said, "Why don't you put the Fox Army optic on there?" It's literally her favorite optic. She said, "I know why you're not going to do it, because it's not a big name brand." Or I said, "No, that's not." She said, "Gene, I've been married to you for years. I know what it is." It's like, "I promise you that's not." She said, "But I like that optic. If you want me to shoot that gun, put that optic on there." So I did. And all the optics they've ever sent me have been just fantastic. They really are a clean, clear glass. I've beat the crap out of them. They've went from one pistol to another. They've all been great. I'll put a link to it, Amazon link to the optic here in the corner of the screen. You can use my discount code G210 at checkout, save 10%. I don't believe you'll regret it. I think there's been almost 200 people that has purchased this at my recommendation. I think there's been like 2 returns. I don't know why. One of them said the dot was blurry, and I don't know why the other one was returned. But I'm gonna start out here with the 100 grain, and then we'll go to the 115. I'll shut the camera off, reload, and we'll get the defensive ammunition in there and look at the recoil on that, and then maybe do some accuracy tests as well. All right, there's your 100 grain. We're gonna go to 115 here, see if there's any difference, any punch. I didn't really notice much difference between the 100 and the 115. I do know that I'm wearing out the center of that target, and the more I shoot this, the better I'm getting with it, and the more of a fan I am becoming. So we had 184 rounds in the last one. That first magazine made it a smooth 200, and then so it's 213 is basically what I have through it so far. I'm gonna try to put 300 through it today, and that has been without cleaning, and it is been, or has, should I say, been flawless so far. So let's get reloaded, and we'll do some 124 and some 147. All right, I got the 124 loaded up. Got 15 in the mag, 1 in the pipe. After this will be 244 rounds. Again, I have what will be 14 rounds of my 147 jacketed hollow point. Right now, what I'm just looking for is what would be perceived as an abnormal amount of recoil, because again, that's what people said in the comment section, and I try to address that. You know, is it abnormally snappy? So again, 124, then we're going to go to the 147, try to get it out to 300 rounds. Hopefully we have no issues. I will try to do an accuracy test with just range ammo, and then with just the 147 on 2 different targets, and try to again get it out to 300 rounds. So let's go with the 124 here. Definitely had a little bit more punch with that. So it's going to be interesting to see how the 147 is as far as punch is concerned. Again, this is 147 Winchester, and see how that goes. I think what it was is I've been shooting the 100 and the 124 or the 115, and I let that first one get away from me, not expecting it. But either way, definitely a little more punch with the 124. So let's get the 147, see what we got. I missed one, but the others was dead center of that target. And surprisingly, it seemed to punch less than the 124 did. Wasn't that bad at all. So I'm happy with that. I mean, certainly I don't think it recoils any more than any other, you know, micro pistol. No, I mean, well, the HK probably recoils less, the CC9, okay? And I know that people are going to ask, and I will do a comparison between that one and this one. Just don't have it with me today. But the HK, but that's, you know, the HK is the HK. As you know, I've never had any problems with HK pistols, not one, nor the CZ. So I'd say the HK probably recoils less, but I don't want to say that definitively until I actually get them side by side. But that wasn't too bad with 147. I'm happy with that because, again, that's what you'll be running in it when you're using it. So let's get the camera turned around, get 2 more mags loaded up, try the best to get it out to, what, 300 rounds? So far it's been flawless. So let's get to doing that. All right, I'm gonna start out with the regular range ammo. I have 16 in here, and just the stuff that you would go out to the range and shoot. And then probably going to go on the same target just to be fair. I'll spray paint that one and go with the 147 jacketed hollow point. I think I have 14 of that. After these two, it'll be 274 rounds, and I'll wrap up the video with a couple more mags. I can live with that at 13 yards. All right, got the target resprayed, 147. Again, still at 13 yards. So let's see how it goes. Telling you, I think it handles the 147 better than the standard range ammo. Wake up. Did I scare you? No. Anyway, so that was 10 rounds there, and I have the, no, actually that was 16 rounds. Actually, this is the 10 round. 13 round, got 10 in it. To get it out to 300, again, without incident. There's been no issues, no failures of any kind. And I couldn't be more happy. Like, it's just not like me with range ammo or defensive ammo at what would have been, I did step up, you know, maybe 2 foot or 2 yards, should I say, and got about 13 yards. But it's unlike me, or I think most people in general, to shoot. I wasn't shooting slow, not super fast, but to shoot that accurately, especially with a 147 grain projectile at 13 yards with a pocket-sized pistol. So, and again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Kimbers of the past that I've had, if they worked, they were the sexiest, most beautiful finish, just well-made pistols if they worked, and some of the most accurate, if not the most accurate I ever shot. It was just getting them to function reliably. So now with the KHX, both of the R7s, the R7 original and the carbon compact, and then let's see, the 2K11 and the revolver, that's 5. If I have no issues with this, which with most Kimbers I would have by now, that'll be 6 Kimbers in the last 3 years or so that I've had, 4 maybe, that I've had no issues with. So hopefully they've turned the corner so far. Loving the little thing. At first I wasn't, you know, some people had talked about it being thick. And so let me, because I did say that I would address that. So let me look at the thickness on this thing. Because I did tell someone that I would address that in the video. So get my cheat sheet here. Let's look at frame. I don't see thickness on here. Okay, well, I don't see a thick, okay, here we go. So the width is 1.1 inches. So, you know, a lot of your subcompacts are like 0.9, maybe 1 inch. So it's a tiny bit thicker than some of your other, so certainly thicker than the HK, but not so much that it matters. I mean, I get a pretty good purchase on that gun. Really starting to like it. Put this 10 rounds through there, get it out to 300, and we'll keep on running the thing. We'll revisit it for sure. There you have it, folks. Kimber CDS9 Classic, 300 rounds without incident. Really starting to like this gun. This is one of those ones that I started out like or meh, as some people might say, but I'm really starting to enjoy shooting this gun. Thanks so much for watching. Again, you know the platforms you can support us on. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and to God only be the glory.